About 5 to 10 years ago in Seguin, you would have found an abundance of open fields and land, primarily used for cattle farming and agriculture. Today, the area's real estate industry is changing because of its proximity to one of the busiest roadways in the local area. I-10 carries some 200,000 people daily, according to the estimates by the Department of Texas and Transportation. In the recent years, prospective homebuyers have been flocking to every nook and cranny of Central Texas, from small no-name towns to massive metropolitan sprawls such as San Antonio and Austin. Today, the Retro Realtor team is setting aside some time to show you a new subdivision by one of the more high-end home builders in the immediate area, where housing and commerce are continuing to grow steadily. If you've been on the fence recently, I encourage you to reach out to our team either on social media or direct communication channels. Welcome back, friends. Today, the Retro Realtor team has set aside some time to take you on a very special and important house tour here in Seguin. If you're looking at spending $500,000 in this market, you're not going to want to miss out on this property. So let's get started on our main level here. This is not the first time, but the second time that I've walked this home. And I want to invite you into this space with me to come and take a look at some of the dynamic layouts that are going on in this house. As you can see, the model home here is beautifully established with some very nice custom cabinetry here. And I don't know about you, but me personally, I work from home a lot. In fact, I have 3 different small office areas just within the upper level of our house. So one of the things that made a big lasting impression on me for this specific home was obviously not only my home office, but actually if you go up on the camera, you can see the height of the ceilings here. These are quite tall ceilings. I'm not going to quote a size because I'm not that good. But my point in case here is if you have a lot of decorations that you want to put onto the wall, whether it's family pictures or sports teams. So another thing that I wanted to mention that maybe I didn't get to say initially on this office in the front room, I like the way that it almost has an alcove setup as opposed to just the standard double French doors or just a flat wall right here. I think this gives a nice little bit of character here. And yeah, so if you were to put like a small entry table here, this was a really thoughtful use of design. Just kind of bending this wall out a little bit to give it a little bit more character, some dynamic, and no pun intended, but some edge. I mean, there's literally an edge there. Very cool, right? As you're coming into the house, some of the first things that you're going to see is not only our decorative paneling here, obviously the size of the high ceilings are here. You've got a very beautiful wrapped staircase leading you to the second story and a big giant window. I mean, that is a huge window just to be between the first and secondary level here. If you ever asked yourself, can my house hold an industrial commercial size printer inside of its extra storage area? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to answer that question for you, and that's yes, it absolutely can. If you have a need for a Ricoh IMC3010, this is the place that's going to hold it. Furthermore, leading you into the main living area, living space of the house, you've got your guest bathroom right here. So your friends are not going to get lost anymore because you can just leave this door open. Now we're coming into probably one of my favorite parts of the house, but I know for a fact it's Carrie's favorite part of the house because she loves to cook. And if you need a lot of kitchen space, this is probably the most that I've seen in a house going from $300,000 to $500,000 in the local area right now. So incredible use of space here. Most of your standard homes are going to come with your gooseneck sinks in this price range. Very nice. Hands are getting a little sweaty. So I know that the sink probably isn't as standard here, but this is really cool. It's more of like the industrial one. All right, so you've got a great deal of pantry space, as you can see behind me in this house. Some other things that I think will really satisfy anybody who's looking in this price range are going to be your built-in options. If you are given the option that you can build in a microwave, I wanted to call it a pizza oven, but we know it's not a pizza oven, and a stove. If you ever wanted to put a stove into your house, if you can go the custom oven, a stove oven, a pizza stove oven. Yeah, if you're ever given the option to build in your oven and your microwave, it is a huge space saver here. And I'll show you here in a second why that is. Typically, your oven and microwave would take up this entire section, but now you've freed up this whole section, and now you've done away with the dead space that is typically right next to your pantry. Of course, your vented hood's going to recapture a little bit of your extra space that you've created up there, but for all intents and purposes, for all of your pots and necessity cooking items, they're all going to live right there, and you know it, and we know it. And sometimes if you got the extra money to spare, you can do the beautiful chandelier drop down where you can store the rest of your cooking utensils. All right, that's pretty much it for the kitchen. We love it. Moving on to our dining facility here. Not every house in today's day and age is going to be built with a wired speaker system, but if you are given that option, I think it's something worth considering, because whenever you're having a party or a gathering or an event and you just need something light playing throughout the house, this is a really cool way to keep the mood and keep the vibe. It's almost 100 degrees today, and as much as I want to be outside in October at the end of the year, I'm not going to do that because it's still really hot out. One of the things that you're going to see that will change with the buyer's market right now is going to be these big sliding glass doors. This is a must on a house, especially whenever fall time comes through, because you can just open the front door or open this main back door all the way up and get a really, really incredible breeze through your house. Now let's talk about the fireplace and let's talk about putting tile here. This is not a standard. I don't know what it will cost you. In our living room here, not only do we still have the concept of the high ceilings moving through the house, in fact, this is one of the highest points in reference to the ceiling to the floor in the house. You're open to your kitchen, of course, so if you're doing a little bit of entertaining, people can still, be included in the conversation here, and you still got your dining right next to you. Your dining, you can set up outside as well, so whenever the weather changes up and gets a little bit chilly out, this is gonna be the perfect spot to hang out with your friends. And in fact, if you can put in the fire pit as well, you're talking about endless hours of fun outside. Did I mention to you that I really like the flow of this house? Because anytime that you've got a house that makes sense in reference to its layout is always a bonus, and it's always a plus. Okay, so looks may be a little bit deceiving here. This master probably looks a little bit small on camera, but let me just justify a couple things here. In this particular house, if you're going for a little bit more minimal and you're wanting to have a little bit less in your own primary bedroom, this house is going to satisfy that need, because you've got these nice open windows that bring an incredible amount of light. So whenever you go with that nice and minimal design, it's going to have a really, really beautiful flow. In this use case, I don't know that I necessarily would have picked the tree wallpaper, but for all intents and purposes, I think it works with what's going on. You've got the natural woody vibe kind of going on here. You've got the contemporary lighting and some nice bamboo blinds. Another really cool part of the house that I want to take you guys to is going to be your bathroom off the primary. The reason I like it is because it's got this big, nice glass window for all the times that you need to be able to see out of the shower when you're trying to get ready in the morning. So you've just gotten off work, it's been a long day, and you don't want to just stand under the shower head, but you want to stand under the shower head. I believe they reference these as infinity showers, but that should only be specific to the head that's on there. But for today's purpose and use case, I'm just gonna call it an infinity shower. I haven't owned one of these, and one thing that I do know is for like the last 3 to 4 years, I've wanted one of these. And especially in something that has a high ceiling like this, I think it would just make that much more of a wow factor whenever you're getting ready at the beginning of the day or getting ready for bed at the end of the day. I like our nice little paneled window that we've got here to bring in an extra light and give it a little more cozy feeling. One of the things that you would not be able to tell immediately off the bat is that you've actually got a his and her sink going on in this floor plan. So here's one sink, and then you have another one right behind you. Thing that I do have to mention about this house, even though you're going to sacrifice some of your space here in the closet in reference to the shelves that are here, your hanging facilities, it is all brought up by a bonus of the fact that your laundry is right next to it. So the cool thing is it's very easy to go back and forth between doing your laundry, getting things hung up, folded, and getting ready for the next week. And if you're really super lucky, you'll buy the house and you'll get the cabinets up here so you can store all of your dishwashing liquid. Yay! Though personally, I'd probably change the wallpaper. All right, so typically that would be your garage. We're not gonna go in there because of course they've got the whole sales office. Here's the cool part about this house. I haven't even taken you upstairs yet. Yeah, that's right. We spent the better part of 20 to 30 minutes and we're still walking around downstairs. This thing is pretty well laid out in my opinion, and I think it can fit a lot of different use cases here, especially depending on how you set up your house, how you lay it out. And today I want to take you upstairs on this house. One thing that I really like that we did with the stairs here is we didn't just do a standard runway of stairs all the way up. We've got this nice little curve creating a little bit more flow through the house, and then you've got this beautiful huge almost one Joshua arm span by half of a Joshua standing. That's the unit of measurement that I'm gonna have to use for windows because I did not bring my standard banana with me today. You just got done watching Nickelodeon. You're getting ready for a LAN party tonight with your friends. Well, this is the place that you're gonna sit down and you're gonna plan all that out. Or, if you're one of the more contemporary game players, you might be playing Dungeons and Dragons here. In our loft area, I think they did some really cool things here. Not only do we have the built-in sitting, reading nook, whatever you want to call it, they even put the storage here. Like, wow, thank you. Thank you for putting storage and a built-in into a space that otherwise you would not have utilized, and it just would have been a blank wall yet again. Whatever. Good reflexes, huh? Okay, well, clearly the detents to pop the window inside of the house were open, but okay, yeah. Thankfully, we have cat-like reflexes some days. We're able to catch those things before they hit us in the head and make us look like a fool on camera. Whether you want to call this area a loft or a mezzanine, one thing is for certain. This is a wow factor part of the house because you've got this nice open space where you can look back down into your main living area. And also, you can see down into the doorway area. So if you have company that is coming over, they've rung the doorbell, bam, now you can see them. You don't have to walk around with your Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 to open up your Home Finder app to see who's at your front door on your Ring doorbell camera. Not sponsored by Shaq, by the way, but Shaq does have a very nice printer. I do like the Epson ET2800 that he's given us. Okay, here's one of the secrets that I have to share with you about this house, and today I'm gonna break the news to you. An ensuite bathroom. Here's something that I think needs to be a standard in all houses nowadays, because I don't know if you've driven through any residential areas, but you'll probably see houses that have 5, 6, 7 cars parked there, and well, odds are they don't have an ensuite in their house. We have to change that, ladies and gentlemen. You have to have an ensuite on your house. Another subtle design detail that I'd like to point out and bring to your attention are these 3 windows at the top of your balcony area. Very cool for letting the light in. And depending on where the sun's setting in your house, you're still going to get that action, whether it's on the front side or the back side of the house. This is the front side, this is the back. Okay. This is your storage closet for when you're done playing Dungeons and Dragons at the end of the day. Here are your 2 other, how many bedrooms are in this house? So it's got a total of 3 baths. So 4 bedroom, 3 bath, plus an office. If you've got $500,000 to spend, I highly, highly, highly encourage you come check this out with our team, and we'll show you all the cool things that are out here. All right, friends, so the Retro Realtor team has taken you on a tour of a $500,000 house here in Seguin, Texas. Harry, thank you for filming. I know it's been a lot of work today, and you, the viewers, thank you for tuning in to help us move these projects forward. We hope to see you back on the next home tour. And if you don't know if you're ready to buy yet, please just reach out to the Retro Realtor team. We're here for you. We have an in-house financing department ready to help you get your home buying started. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one.